What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. Welcome to Pop Force 1. We did take a week off, but we are back and we have a ton of stuff to talk about. My amazing two co-hosts will be joining me in just a second. But guys, let's say hello to you all in the chat. We have Christina Payne in the house. What's going on? Steven, aka Pop Funko UK. Darth Ginger is here. Mike is in the house. We just saw Mike a few minutes ago, which was awesome. Jeremy is in the house. Kelsey is here. Dave, how are you doing? Man, so many great people already jumping in. Guys, this is our pre-SDCC PFO stream. We got the actual San Diego Comic-Con happening next week. So we're going to break down, I'm sure, how everybody feels about all the exclusives. Where's the box of fun? We still got Fun on the Run going on. So there is a lot going on right now. Hello to you, Darth Ginger. What's going on? Never Ask is here. JPville. Yes, we will bring you on, of course, in just a second. Josh Magma's here. Oh, man, so many great people. Brandon, what's going on? Good to see you, Brandon. Pipsqueak is in the house. All right, guys. So without further ado, make sure to smash that like button. Oh, I didn't see him. Oh, Chase Chaser, what's going on? Good to see you in the house. Oh, Top Pops is here. What's up, Tristan? Good to see you as well. Adam Glenn for the win. Guys, please help me welcome the other two key critical pillars of Pop Force 1. Vince from the Poppin' Duo, as well as Professor Josh.
What's up? What's up?
The pillar.
The pillar. The real pillars.
Critical pillars.
Holding down
Bass is here. What's going on? Jetman, Tammy, Sarah, everybody's rolling in. Look at that. Notifications must be going out. But guys, happy Thursday night. We didn't have our stream last week. I definitely, I felt it. And we actually got a lot of really nice comments of people saying they missed us. So.
You know what's crazy? I've been on for 2 weeks, guys.
That's right. Yeah.
First time in 2 weeks in a row, I have not been on PFO since the start. That was my first absence ever.
Slacking, man. Slacking.
I
We
know.
almost replaced you.
You could have.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But how are you guys doing? How's your week? I know there's a lot of craziness right now in the community.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wild day, right? Like a lot of going on. We got NFT drops happening today that didn't sell out totally. I
think blanket, just to throw this out there, I don't think there should be any NFT drops in July or October. Like when you have a big con, like how can they throw up an NFT and expect it to sell out? People are saving up for the con.
You know what though? They sold as many as I thought they would sell.
Yeah.
I did not think they were ever going to sell 100. You know, and I said this to somebody else before. Why, if I'm Funko, why not put out 100,000 packs? Let the customers determine how big the run's going to be, because it doesn't really hurt them per se.
True.
You know what? I don't get is like why they decide to burn them after. Like, why don't they just leave them up for a while, like a week or two? I know it hurts them on the aftermarket because they make money off the aftermarket too. So they want people to like the aftermarket to be higher.
No, I don't. I think they should burn them. I think you should cut it off. Like if the packs don't sell out, burn the rest. But I don't think you would have to burn as many.
It dilutes too much if they don't burn them, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah. I think the issue was this time they went with so many more. They went with 3 times the amount of standard pack.
Yeah.
Then if they went 25 and 25, these would have been gone.
No.
Yeah. They would have been. I mean, the standard packs are usually the first thing to sell out.
Even
those didn't sell out because there was just way too many. If you think about it, and you guys will have to go back and fact check me. I'm just going to throw this out there as a statement. This was probably the most premium packs they've ever sold.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And the first time premium packs sold out before.
Yes. And I think most collectors are buying the premium packs. I think most flippers or people that are trying to get, money, some people are not flipping them. Some people are flipping them because they can't get wax in their state. Yeah. So they're buying the pack to sell the pack so they can, it's NFT lingo, but it's basically a way that they can get wax. So, I don't take it as a complete negative that they didn't sell. A lot of people were talking smack that NFTs are over. I don't think that's
no. I don't think NFTs are over. I think they just need to read the room. Like in years past, they wouldn't drop anything leading up to the cons because
especially the box on the run.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're dropping too much stuff, but we'll get into it.
Don't disagree with
that.
Dropped
the Disney Cooler, Fun on the Run.
Yeah, Disney Cooler.
Oh yeah,
we had Prime Day for all you Amazon, Prime subscribers. Like we had that going on.
I saw someone post in the Discord. By the way, this wasn't the most packs burned. This is only the 7th most packs burned ever for an NFT run.
Yeah.
So actually, this actually did pretty well. If you think about how many they did out, this actually still did well for them. Values are definitely, you're seeing the values there in a lot of the stuff still right now. So we'll see.
I mean, I was surprised the epics are holding a lot more value than I thought they would. Usually when you have when you have like 15 epics, typically the prices go down per epic, but they're holding pretty steady. So I think it's from the layperson that maybe is seeing them not sell out, has really no understanding on it, which, they could get a little bit confusing for some people, which I totally understand. I mean, look at, I have a hard time. I kept on hearing John's voice, like repeating like double on my computer here. I'm like, what's going on? I forgot I left YouTube open.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the delay. I'm like, what's going on here? So, maybe I shouldn't be speaking to what's complicated or not, but yeah, I don't think that it was I thought it was better.
I just think they need to spread everything out. Like, I feel like in the beginning of the year, we didn't have a lot of big drops, and now it's just like boom, boom. Like, we only get so many paychecks a month, Funko. Like, come on, you got to cut us a break.
I think one thing was cool about this, though, I saw, especially in the chat, John, a lot of new people first time buying NFTs, though. I thought that was cool to see a lot of people their first time experiencing it, wanting to go after a drop and seeing it. So I think that's kind of cool in a way too. And they're able to get them pretty easily.
Very easily.
Other drops, 20 minutes and everything's gone sometimes. So
I think
that was nice.
I think that this, because it's so popular too, this is really because if you guys looked, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the names that are leaking for the next several drops. But I think this is a litmus test on where they can push the envelope for some of these bigger IPOs. So IPs.
IPAs?
IPA,
IPO. I think they're all the same. I'm pretty sure they're all the same. Are they not?
Thursday, right? Yeah.
Well, before we go any further, I want to give a couple shout outs to some people that have already dropped super chats. So remember, guys, if you're a channel member, you got your one free super chat a month, so feel free to use that tonight. Jetman has currently been a member for 9 months. He says, yes, Thursday night is finally back to normal. Let's see. Dr. John also dropped his. He's been a member for 10 months, and he says, happy best work night of the week. Happy Thursday to all. Down Under has been a member for 15 months. He says, here for Josh and Vince. Oh, and then there's John. Yeah, makes sense.
Correct.
Sense.
That was the correct thing to say.
That was the correct answer. I also saw some more people jumping in here. Civic Battlefield Gaming. What's going on? Vinny is here. Anna's here. Evelyn's here. A bunch of other people just walked in the room. So, guys, welcome to your Thursday night entertainment. I'm excited. So, I guess let's get into. Should we just get into the hottest news right away? Everybody's talking about Brian Mariotti. How do we feel about if you guys haven't heard? Brian Mariotti has reportedly taken a step back. He's taken a semi-permanent leave of absence from Funko. He still wants to be involved with the board of the directors, but he's no longer going to be in his CFO position. How do you guys feel about that?
I think until we get the word on why he's leaving. I mean, is he leaving because he's not doing a good job? Is he leaving because he's got medical issues? Is he leaving for family issues? Like, there's a lot of reasons people might pull back from something. And John, you kind of alluded to it as well. Is it okay that maybe they get a fresh look at somebody else in there? I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it shows a sign of anything going up in smoke here. I think it's just, CEOs do change out from time to time.
It's weird. It's going back and forth though. He stepped down, or was
it's like a Bob Iger type of deal.
It's just like he's always going to be around. I think the company, unless he does a Papa John's, and then he won't be around.
Is this a yearly thing? Didn't he leave before?
Yeah, pretty much. He doesn't want to go to SDCC, so he pulls this. He doesn't have to travel to it. He can hang out at his mansion in
wherever,
wherever, and do that. So I think I think it's. I wonder if it's if it's board recommendation, but they're trying to be nice about it too. Like, is it personal, like Vince said, like something family or himself, health related or mental health related, or
Right.
all kinds of different things. You don't know. So I don't think we'll ever really know the answer unless he interviews with someone afterwards or brings up something. Um, it's so interesting though, because I think in the last year before he was the face of Funko, and he's not hasn't been. Even when he came back, he hadn't been the face of Funko. Like, you barely saw him at New York Comic Con. I think, like, people mentioned they like, and
he was lingering in the
yeah,
background.
that's what I meant. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't really. You haven't seen him on anything. Like, it's funny, the Funmaker Mike, is on everything compared to what he's doing. So
I think it's. Don't you feel like it's kind of always kind of been like that though? I know that Mariotti's been out there a little bit more, but
he's been
I
interviewing with people though, and like doing stuff like that, like the bigger
celebrities
and stuff like that in the past, or like at bigger events. But he hasn't played much of a part. So I'm just curious, like, is there a reason for that? Something different? Like we said, it could be all different reasons. But I don't think it's going to hurt Funko. I think they've kind of talked about this change before, so it's going to just be
and company leadership changes all the time at major companies. Like, I feel like with this,
they're a public company. They're not a private company.
They're exactly. They're a public company. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like because of some of the news connected to Funko in the past, anytime there's any kind of like hint or rumor or whisper or news report of anybody leaving or stepping away, like, you're going to see other channels blow it out of proportion probably. And I feel like we don't know what's going on inside his head, and it might be just something as simple as he wants to spend more time with his family and his work is interfering with that or something like that.
He already has enough money and he's good.
Yeah, he has enough money, so he doesn't have like a lot of motivation right now to work in general. So
it also could be he's doing a horrible job and they want to get rid of him, or
he's doing a terrible job. They're like, bro,
I mean, at the end of the day, CEOs, not that they're not important, they're 100% important, but a lot of this stuff has to go through some kind of a board anyway. I mean, they're making their final decisions on things and whatnot. But are we saying like this thing was like tightly ran and like everything has been perfect for the last 15 years? And I can't believe that now what's going to happen. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world one way or the other, but what do I know? I'm not in the inner workings of what's going on, but I don't think it's
on the flip side, whether it's not job performance related or job performance related, I think it'll be good. Maybe bring in somebody young with a fresh perspective on the company, on the collectible. Maybe somebody who could be like Mike Becker and is like in the field, on the front lines, interacting with collectors and consumers face to face, like Mike is doing. Like, Mike Becker, to his credit, he gets out there. He's at the cons, he's at the events, he's taking pictures, he's doing video clips. Like, he's got to be one of the most interactive like heads of any company, and I applaud that.
So there's two different things. There's the Mike Becker is more a evangelist of Funko than a like, you could have a CEO that you don't see at all, like, or maybe just the people of the company see, or like when there's big news, you might see them speak, but that person doesn't have to be out and about like with everything. I think when you have a great evangelist like Mike Becker, that's who you want. He believes in the Funko story. He believes in the fun. He shares it. He goes to all these things. He has fun with it. He's an evangelist for the company. So I think having someone like that is great. Sometimes you just need a CEO that can get down to business, that can do the right thing, that can move the product the right way, get the right deals, the right licensing things, get new product out there, making sure you get the right deals and your people are treated right, your company. I think that's important too, is like, they've had a lot of weird HR, like hiring, firing kind of issues in the last year. I think that's a whole nother thing to work out too, is like, that company, they have a whole new warehouse. They have a whole new, like, what they're going to do and trying to put out product and things like that. So it's still a lot of new people are probably in that company that hadn't been there, like new in the last year or two. A whole marketing team. We don't see anyone from that old marketing team.
I think they need a fresh start in terms of marketing. Like, perfect example, which is I feel like is a hot topic tonight. What is going on with the online box of fun? Are we getting a box of fun for San Diego Comic-Con? Are we not? Did they forget? I mean, they kind of dropped this Fun on the Run online box out of nowhere. We are officially a week out from the con. Like, I can't believe there was no news.
It is pretty crazy.
They could drop it that day of Fun Days, though.
That's not the point, though. The point is that they're supposed to drop it like today or tomorrow, so that way it ships over the next few days.
I was gonna, guys, did we not have these in our hand? We had these in our hands before.
The last
they came out like the 7th of July last year.
Yeah, last 2 years we had these in hand. People were opening them in videos and then going to Fun Days. So that's
what I'm saying. I felt like that built the hype alone. You know, honestly, I didn't love the way that they dropped everything this year either.
Oh, they don't tell, like, when you don't tell someone about $105 item that's dropping the next day and you give no warning of it, that's kind of like
but that's the thing.
Fun on the Run, the Peter Pan soda, like. No warning.
And that's where it goes back to marketing. And I think they really need to have a marketing team, or at least a marketing duo, like have two people come in and say, all right, who is our audience? What is Funko's target audience? Is it kids? Is it teenagers? Probably, when you boil it down to, I mean, I can tell at least from our YouTube analytics, 35 to 55. Like, those are the biggest demographic that watches our channel. I'm sure it's similar for you guys, right? Because that is the biggest demographic of the working population that has disposable income. So those, for the most part, that's probably what you see in the lines at cons. That's what you see lining up for the Fun on the Run boxes, right? So with those people, even though they have disposable income, it's exactly what you said, Josh. Like, you got to give people more than like 24 hours notice to spend $105 if you want 25,000 units to sell out. And if you're only going to throw up 5,000 units, then yeah, you could give people 24 hours notice, because you have an audience that big. They'll probably just buy it up and it'll sell out. But I don't think it's a coincidence that this didn't sell out, because the box could have been better, but also they didn't give people enough notice.
Well, and I think, you know, if you know, like, some people were going to the event as well too, and then some people were getting shipped and all those kind of things. But this same thing too, like, are people going to really... Is everyone to fork over $105 if they're not going to show what's on it too, or $115 or whatever they're going to charge for this thing? Because it's supposed to come with like 2 or 3 pops and 2 or 3 sodas, right?
Well, we don't even know. That's
what the rumor was, at least. Like,
well, the rumor. I mean, all we know is that they're going to be 4 teams, because that's all Funko has announced.
You'll get a team mascot.
Yeah, there'll be a team mascot. I mean, if we go off last year we got 4 pops for $75. I'm telling you right now, with everything that's been going the way it's been going, I don't think we're going to get any sort of box for less than 100.
I'm thinking we're coming in at 120.
I agree.
Will we get a surprise drop tomorrow? That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that it's good. You know, we'll talk about it a little bit more. I really, the way that they leaked everything out over the last 2, man, I don't know. It felt really weird this year.
All right. Well, so I got 2 comments there. Okay. First thing, when the heck has Funko done announcements on a weekend? That has never been the case.
The whole thing has been weird. Like, just getting the couple a day type of thing. And
and then on top of that, there was like, why are we getting reveals and pictures from non-official Funko news sources like Diss Trackers, Funko Pop News, amazing social media pages that I highly encourage everybody to go follow, but they're not on Funko's payroll. Like,
no, because they're getting leaks from the retailers. Get all this info before, like, all these shared retailers. A lot of this stuff gets leaked to them. Someone in the company forwarded it to someone else, and it gets out there. So that's a lot of what a lot of this gets out there, is because I bet you last year, we saw it already. Wasn't it Walgreens? Someone posted that they already saw one of the pops, like, out on the shelf, like the Trigun.
I think someone with Hot Topic.
No one knew. who's going to be a
Trigon is
Wolverine
out,
pop
and then
yet.
somebody was able to buy the Transformers 2-pack at GameStop already.
Yeah. I mean, those kind of things they're already in stores because they have to be like shipped.
But that's from a retailer side. I'm talking once again, man. It all circles back to marketing. Like Funko, this is your Super Bowl. This is San Diego Comic-Con. Why aren't you, the company who's producing the product, who's marketing it to consumers? Why aren't you the first one to post the reveal on your social media page?
Maybe it's a plan though too. Like leaks are fun.
It's a bad.
So if you leak it to these big people, they get it out there. Maybe a lot more people.
But those people, like as soon as Funko posts something, Dish Shackers is already resharing it out, no matter what it is. So like that to me has been very strange. But hey, I mean, if we get a box of fun dropping on the site tomorrow, I think it'll sell out just because.
I'm just waiting for a box of fun to be delivered to my door and like, here you go, open it for your channel before and get people excited about it.
All right. Yeah. I'm not waiting for that.
Yeah. I know.
I wish that would be fantastic. I believe none of us will be. Maybe John. John might get a box of fun showing up.
Oh no, I no, absolutely not. No. But unfortunately, none of us are going to San Diego Comic-Con. So if anybody in the chat is going to San Diego Comic-Con, definitely let us know. I know there's some people in our community who are. I know there's a bunch of people who are going to Fun Days. And it's just crazy. The other flip side of this, if you want to go back to non-official Funko news sources, there's been nothing on eBay. No leaks of any Freddys, no leaks of any limited pieces. Like that's also bizarre.
You know what? Though, they did pretty good last year, though. Too really. I thought we were very surprised with everything last year.
We were, but we still had like little leaks here and there, like in the.
Well, could we have seen something maybe a while ago that could be coming? There's been a couple leaks over the last year that we've seen Freddy's that everybody said, you know, maybe it's a fake or not a fake, but like a custom or something like that.
I mean. Truthfully, I think for them, it would be more fun if they want to make it a surprise for all the people at Fun Days as well, too, is to drop it on that, like, Fun Days day. Like, they could drop it on the Fun Days day. Maybe some stuff correlate both over. Like, maybe we get the regular version, they get the blacklight version at Fun Days or something weird like that. You know, who knows? But I think... I don't see why they don't wait until closer to that. Now, the bad part of that is they're going to be dropping a crap load of pops that people want to buy too. So I think the big reason they dropped Fun Days boxes so early is because they knew that you can't drop those on the same day of the con, or people will have to choose what they're spending their money on.
I don't know if they know that, like, because I think for exactly what we're saying, it's like $105 this week, $105 the next week.
Yeah, but at least it's weekly, not
right. At least it's spread out a little bit.
At least it's spread out. You know, they did one favor. I mean, listen, I don't want to be that guy. I am not that guy. You guys know I'm not that guy.
What is it?
Man. Is anybody else disappointed with everything that they've shown so far? I am not loving most of it, which I'm surprised.
Before we go there,
okay, because I don't even want. I don't
we're
even.
We're definitely going to go there.
We're
going to go there in a minute because that's the next.
Scott, yes, I agree with you.
Of like how we feel about the catalog and the diversity and all the exclusives we're getting. We're definitely going to go there in a minute. But before we go there, let's just recap this this timing issue because, like Josh is saying. If this really is the case where they're going to be dropping the box of fun the same day, next Friday, as all these exclusives are live, I mean, people are going to have to choose. And how many people realistically are going in there and spending over $200? I would venture to bet that most people in this chat and most people in the community are cherry picking a few things, but they will make the box of fun priority because at the end of the day, they can, whatever they pull, that you will make money. Like every single Freddy.
That's why I would be so surprised if Funko does that though.
See, I think you might see it either tomorrow, like you've kind of guessed before, John, or you might see it earlier in the week too. Could be a possibility. I don't see it on the same day as the con. I think that's a bit much, but you never know. They drop like $115 Loungefly bag and pop combos and everything too. So what's the difference with a box of fun?
Well, nobody's buying those. Those aren't sold
well,
out.
they're limited to only 3,000 pieces too.
But it doesn't.
So,
It doesn't. That's also. I mean, that's a problem in itself. But that's the whole point. Like they're dropping stuff that like it's just eating into people's budgets. When July is San Diego Comic-Con, like everybody has disposable money, whether it's $5 or $500. And I feel like when it comes to July with Funko, people want to buy the newest stuff from the con. I mean, that's the whole point. That's why all the hype builds up to San Diego Comic-Con. That's why the bus for the Fun on the Run is starting out. We'll just forget the East Coast because those people don't matter. But it's starting out in Nashville and making its way. And the last stop is San Diego Comic-Con. That's where the hype is supposed to build up and end.
And where they'll sell all the rest of the boxes they couldn't sell on their way.
Only
125 people show up.
They'll be launching those things in the crowd during fun days. People will be getting hit in the head with wacky wobblers. But now we can move forward to what you. I'm a surprised, but at the same time, I'm not surprised, Vince. So how do you guys feel about the overall catalog? And you guys can let us know in the chat as well. How are you feeling about all the exclusives? Is there a lot of things you're excited for, or is there only like one of two things that are must?
I mean, I'll be 100% honest. This is. Usually, we collect a lot of different lines. We have a very diverse catalog of collecting, and this is probably my least favorite con in the last 2 years. Like legitly. I mean, we've had a couple like real small ones during the pandemic that I can remember not getting a lot, but man, there is so much or so little that like are must-haves for me. And even you like great example is like the Marvel Pops. Like you got the Thor and the Thor's daughter. Like, man, that's a con pop. You know what I mean? Like I felt like that should have been a common for the line.
Or like Target or something.
Yeah. I think also in the past, it felt like last couple San Diego Comic-Con, they had it and then stuff was delayed, so they kind of threw it into another thing like in August.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll throw it out in August during this other special.
I don't expect them to be like all hits. They're not going to be all hits, and I totally get that. Like, I'm not expecting like this perfect catalog that every pop is going to be something that every person is going to want to buy. But usually, you have those that are like, yeah, that this was an SDC. Like, here, I'm going to just throw some stupid thing that's just popping in my like the Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok. That was a comp pop. I don't remember if that was SDCC. It could have been.
It was NYCC, but still, NYCC is just it's up there with. I would say SDCC edges out NYCC by just a tad.
I loved NYCC this year, and that's why I don't know. I was just surprised. Like I saw the leak list, and I was like, okay, well, it might be okay. And then as I start seeing the stuff come to like fruition here, it's just. I seen the leak of the Tony the Tiger, and they showed it as the retro Tony the Tiger. Oh, yeah,
that was as soon as I saw that, I was so bummed, and you were the first person I thought of because I was like, why? No, how could you ruin Tony the Tiger?
And honestly, I love that. I love the retro one, but that's the SDCC one. What that just didn't make sense to me.
The surfboard it said on the leak or something like that.
That's what I'm hoping. Surfboard? They have not officially announced the Tony the Tiger soda as of yet.
And that's another question.
Which is also weird. We're a week away. How have we not heard?
How are they not finished with all these announcements by now?
That's what I'm saying. Like the one.
That's the other thing. So somebody the other day, I don't know if it was through our live stream or I don't know if I was I think it was on Instagram. Like somebody commented or they said, oh, like the reveals are done. And Joanna was like, oh, I'm sure they'll pull out more reveals. And then sure enough, like the next day there's like 20 more reveals and Freddy's and sodas coming up. Like they could be still doing reveals like 3 days after the con at this point. Like there's so much stuff. Like that's why I had to make our San Diego Comic-Con look back series from 3 to 4 parts because I was looking at Joanna doing part 3 and I'm like,
you're getting like 6 reveals a day, 5 reveals a day.
It's going to be like a half an hour video. Like next year's video series is going to be like 6 parts. Like that's the other thing too. I think there's almost too much for San Diego Comic-Con. Like the catalog is too big. Like, I think they need to streamline it a little bit. Like,
I think then
there shouldn't be like multiple Marvel exclusives, in my opinion. They should just pick like what is the most prominent character.
Well, they shouldn't pick like the worst movie in the last 5 years from Marvel to
but I
pick
feel
two
like
of the
this is what
tops
they
from.
did in years past. They would pick like a Marvel character, a DC, a Star Wars, an anime, a movies, like all the prominent characters from all of pop culture within the last 12 months. And that was it. And now I feel like there's a lot.
I think what we're seeing though is the good thing. I've seen other ones like this. There has been other SDCCs where they dropped a lot like this one.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
think the great thing about this is one, probably most of the stuff won't sell out. There'll be a few key things that sell out. I mean, we're still seeing stuff from New York Comic Con still on the Funko site, so that's to tell you something. Also, I want to know, the biggest thing for me is that shared list. What retailers are getting what? Because to me, all I focus on that day is the stuff that is dropping on the Funko site. Everything else, I'm willing to go out and check on their site. Most likely it's not going to sell out because they're going to order so much of it. You're going to be able to find it. But those things that they drop on the Funko site, those are the ones you have to like prioritize. Like, I'm getting these.
Right.
Yeah, no, that Vader is going to be one of them. I seen Steven just comment about
yeah. So what's up with that Vader? I mean, the chase looks awesome, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I haven't been on Instagram in a couple hours. It hasn't been officially announced by Funko.
No. Now we've seen the chase and the comment. So, and I believe it's
500. Right.
Yeah, it shows the sticker, it shows the run. So I'm assuming that it's legit.
It's 4,500. So that actually might sell out because that chase, I'm just gonna say it, is way better than the regular smaller Vader chase, like just with the glow.
No, 8,500, right?
8,500.
Oh, it's 8,500. Oh, I thought it was 4,500.
No, I think it was 8,500. And at 8,500, I don't think it will sell out.
8,500 is not going to sell out. If it was 4,500, I think it would.
4,500, I think would be close, but even 4,500, I think for a 3-liter is.
So glad they didn't just make us light.
3 liters should be under for a con. There is no reason for a 3-liter to be more than 5,000, and there is no reason for a regular soda to be more than 10,000 for a con.
For a con, I totally agree. You shouldn't have these sodas sitting there for almost a year that don't.
And the Star-Lord soda was on the Funko shop until like a month
last
ago.
week.
Yeah. I mean, Linda even the Freddy soda is like 13,000.
Well, that'll sell out because it's.
I don't know. 13,000. They can't sell out the box of.
I don't think Freddy won't sell out at 13,000
on the run.
I think. I don't know.
I think people like Freddy, but it's that low count. When you got the low count, you have the people that.
Is not.
Can I tell you something though? Maybe. The first thing I thought of when I saw that soda is if that soda, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts in the chat on this. If that Freddy soda, the Scuba soda, the Scuba Freddy soda, if that one was in the Fun on the Run box instead of the Space Ghost soda, do you think the Fun on the Run box would have sold out?
Because I think it would have been better.
I think it might have.
I think it would have been better. I think that Funko had an opportunity to put that price point a little bit lower, just as I understand it's about the bottom line. They got to make money, all that stuff. And I really like the box.
Yeah.
I just feel like it should have been a little bit less, just so more people, I think, would have partaked in it.
Because I saw there was a lot of comments on our video with the unboxing. People were like, why is Space Ghost in there? And I hadn't really thought of it. I hadn't really thought of it that way. I was just like, oh, cool. There's just a new character that's exclusive to this box. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, oh, yeah, everything else is Freddy themed. Kind of makes sense. It should have been.
I think someone at Funko was like, coast to coast. That's what we're doing. Space Ghost, coast to coast. Like some weird.
That's a good point.
Like, that's it. That's the only thing that clicks.
That's the
Nothing
one.
else makes sense. Nothing else.
But
they didn't even go to the coast. So
Linda says, I wasn't happy with the non-numbered sodas, but to go from 12,000 to 30,000 is a bit much. It's the chase that drives the industry. That's why they are still up on Funko's website. And I agree. Like Space Ghost being at 35,000 pieces, I think is only okay because they made so many boxes, right? So they had 25,000 boxes on the site, 10,000 boxes they're giving out in person. So I understand that if they were tailoring the soda count to the amount of boxes they were planning on selling, but outside of that reasoning, there should be no soda over 30.
Why not a different soda? They did different other things. They put a different packaging on the pops, and one of the little bitties, one of the characters is different. Like some of the little things they did for the traveling, they should have done 2 different sodas. They probably would have sold better, because that would have only been a 15,000.
It would have gave
5,000, a 10,000. Yeah.
It would have gave you more of a reason to go for a second box. Because I mean, honestly, the biggest and I said it on our video when we opened ours. The biggest reason I didn't purchase the second box is I didn't want to get doubles of everything.
Yeah, like that's why I didn't after our video either. I even told Joanna, I was like, if I don't pull a Freddy reverse flash chase in my 2 boxes, I might go after and get another one. But after I did the unboxing, I was like,
do you want 4 wobblers?
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the market, and the reverse flash Freddy chase is already plummeted in price. It's already like $140. So instead of spending 105, and that Freddy reverse flash chase is probably going to be like $60 to $80 in a couple months. So I'll just wait until it goes down, because everybody's chasing Robin right now. And I feel like as soon as Robin came out, people were like, Flash.
Yeah, forget Flash.
And then even the Robin, we've heard people being able to, if once they go through all the bans, if they have no one else waiting in line, they start selling full cases, right?
Yeah, I have a huge issue with that, and I don't like that. And I've seen all these pictures of people loading up massive cases. Like, you should not be able to buy a mystery box from Funko in batches, because you are just now you're feeding the secondary market. You're feeding flippers and resellers. Like flippers and resellers, like they should just be like collectors. Like, you shouldn't be able to distinguish anybody. Like, everybody should have a fair playing ground. Like, if you walk up, you get the same box as everyone else.
So okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Play devil's advocate.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit on this one.
Yeah, go for it.
For me, listen, they got to get into the secondary market one way or the other. And would it be nice that Funko bring all that stuff back, put it on their website, sell it for the retail price? That would be fantastic. But they're going to get in the secondary market one way or the other. The only people that feed flippers are people that have FOMO. We are and I said this before, without people that are fearing of missing out, we're the ones that feed the flippers. Now nobody else does it. Nobody makes anybody buy anything. So as long as you can just have that self-restraint, like John just talked, like you just said it, the chase flash, I seen going for 210, 215, 220. People were paying that. Why? It's already at 150. It will be closer to 100, and it might creep back up over time. But you have time. We've preached it a million times, but I see people do it over and over. You have to be patient. So
I could see the Robin being at the 200 mark easily.
Definitely. I could definitely see that happening. Now,
Robin's going to be 150 to 200. It might go up over time if they don't. What I'm just worried about is the same thing I'm always worried about. Is this going to be the start of a lot of Freddy chases? If these 2 are one-offs, then these will hold their value. But if we get like Freddy chases left and right,
that Robin is such a good.
Oh, the Robin's beautiful. Oh my God, I need that Robin so bad. I need it.
I know. Yeah.
So Lauren says, I think people were buying cases before everyone got one in line, but not for sure. Regardless of when or where, and Vince, I do agree with everything you just said, but regardless of where in line people are, like I heard that people were getting cases after everybody went through the line. That's
what I was hearing, and
I understand that from a business perspective. Like Funko, they're at the bus, they got their people, they probably have a quota of boxes that they have to sell at every city. And if they're looking at somebody and somebody's going, hey man, I'll buy 12, and they'll go, yeah, we'll take his credit card, we'll take his money because he's going to buy 12. But my issue is, if he's buying a case, is it one, it's 1 out of 6. Let's assume it's 1 out of 6, right? Because that's typically the chases.
Yeah,
so
you
he's buying a case of 6. He buys 12 boxes. That's 2 cases. He's guaranteed 2 Robin Freddys. He's gonna go flip those immediately, and maybe he'll get $300-400 each or $500 each. But I don't know. I just feel like that takes away from the experience of everybody else, because everybody else is not guaranteed a Robin Freddy. So the fact that this guy or girl or whoever is buying the cases is guaranteed one, yeah, they're stuck with all the other items that they need to sell. But even if you just sell the hottest item, that's going to pay for a majority of what.
But John, listen, you. So again, I like playing the devil's advocate. I should have been wearing the red tonight. This is what I'll say. Hey, you're right. You could do that. You should have drove to Nashville, bought the 15 boxes yourself, and you could have done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that's kind of in jest.
100%.
But I mean, that's the way it works. If somebody wants to take the time, they take the day off of work or whatever, and they're going to go hustle and take all the risk, quite honestly, because nothing is guaranteed. I mean, and now you got all this other stuff in the box that, you know, a 35,000 piece soda, even if you sell it for a chance at chase, those should not sell more than $20 eventually here. Yeah. I would be surprised if they do, even sealed. But with that being said, can you flip this stuff right away and prey on people? You gotta
flip it right away. If you
have to, money,
and you have to.
You see it every con, every drop. People prey on people
but yes,
have to have it.
People at every con do prey, but they prey on the people in line. They prey on other collectors. My issue is they don't have to prey anymore on collectors. They're getting it directly from the source. What I'm afraid of is, let's say that, okay, Fun Days is next week, right? Let's say that they give out a box to everybody who's at Fun Days, and then they still have like 5,000 boxes left because they made more boxes. Are they going to start offering to the people there, hey, you'll get cases and you're guaranteed X amount of limited pieces and you're guaranteed this? Like, there's a point where, yes, people who go out to the event, they take the risk, they pay the travel. Yes, they should get it rewarded in some point. But when you start selling guaranteed items, that's where I have issue with, because then the playing field is not level. And that's not fair. I just don't think that's fair.
I agree with that.
I think it'll be it's interesting because I think Nashville was the one place that they probably didn't get cases. Maybe someone got 2 at the end or something like that, but they didn't. Every other location I've heard, there hasn't been much of a crowd, just because also where it's at. And some of those places are only 2 hours from each other. They're not much of a drive from. It's not like you're going hours and hours away. You're literally going 2 hours away, and probably the same people, if they bought cases, they might go back and buy 6 more another case at the other one. If they can get over there, they don't care because it's only 2 hours away. You know what? For the numbers these are at, though, even the chase number, if you said 10,000 boxes, right? So that means if you did 1 in 6, it's not even that low of a Freddy piece count for the chase.
It is for Robin. I mean,
1 in 6 out of 10,000.
Yeah, it's 1,600 pieces. That's pretty low for a Freddy these days.
But is it really, like, I was curious, like, they don't have numbers on them, so we don't even know.
That's the other thing. They don't have numbers on them, and that's another concern I have with these Chase Freddys. If they go down these rabbit holes where they're going to start dropping these Chase Freddys, they could just keep making them. Like, they could just keep pumping them out. They could sell them on the Funko shop. That Fun on the Run box might never sell out because they just could keep producing them. There's
I mean, what ends up happening with that stuff, though, John, is water always finds its level. Like, the market will always bear. Like, I say it all the time. Like, look at the Pennywise Freddy. The Pennywise Freddy is a 4,000 piece Freddy that's faked a ton. It still holds incredible value for a 4,000 piece. I would say it's one of the more expensive 4,000 piece Freddys.
Yeah, that's a very expensive 4,000.
Do you know what I mean? So there's the demand for it, though. If people are demanding that chase, even if they, and you've said this before as well, but even if they keep pumping them out, once it floods the market too much, the price is just going to come down. It's really better for. It'd be better for me. I'd love to own it. I don't, there's some stuff that I like to have that's valuable, and I want the limited pieces. I want them to vault it. There's other stuff you want to be able to, get. So you play that fine line, and, I don't like, just to kind of piggyback on my devil's advocate thing. I don't like it either. I don't think it's fair. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things. I don't think it's just, we know it's not limited to that. We've heard stuff. Yeah. With Funko Hollywood. I mean, I've seen it in person at NYCC on how some of the stuff gets played out. It's just, there's people that know people, and you're always going to be kind of
there's people that know people, but the issue I have here, and it ties directly within 2 comments that people just put in the chat. So first off, Jacob says, I was surprised they were letting people buy multiple other locations because Nashville was 1 per person. If you have guidelines set, or if you set up business at your first location on a road tour like this, that should be the standard for all the other stops, regardless of how many people are there. And well, hang on. So Dave says, whoever said business was fair. Business is not fair in certain instances. And that's what kind of, Vince, what you were just alluding to with people having backdoor deals at these big cons. People know people. Somehow people get into bed with different retailers and they're selling pops for a con before it happens and everything. Business isn't fair sometimes. However, business should be 1000% fair and transparent from the company who's selling the products. There should be no funny business with the company to its consumers in broad daylight in the middle of a parking lot. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, if they, it's hard because who knows what Nashville, I would assume, was the biggest crowd. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. I wasn't at any of these, but just looking at the stops that they're making,
now, does their bus hold all the boxes for the whole run on it, or are they going to Walmart, loading up like the Walmart keeps them in the back, has them for them?
That's a lot of boxes. Wouldn't that be something? That's a good question.
That's super shady. I thought they had a trailer that they were pulling.
They had a trailer.
I mean, that's a lot of boxes.
It is a lot of boxes, and man, I mean,
you're talking about how many stops? 10? 5, 10,000?
5,000.
I mean, they might have half of it at already San Diego Comic. They're going to sell them at the booth. They're going to be at the booth.
Yeah, they'll be at the
Anyone
booth.
that gets into the booth probably is going to be able to get one if they want one. But yeah, and it's weird that they're not sealed too. Like everyone was saying they're not sealed. I thought that was really weird.
Yes, please. Everybody in the chat, do not buy one online. There are people out there who are selling them on eBay and all these other platforms saying chance at chase, And
that is a bummer.
The chance at chase really only pertains to the soda if it's still sealed. You can crack that rewind figure.
Those are going to be weighed.
And you can see right away if you have a Robin or not, clear as day. Like you just flip that sucker open. So I know there were some people who were asking that question right away on the first day with Nashville and everything. They are not sealed, which I think they should be.
The only legit thing you might have a chance at a chase with is actually not the soda. It's probably the Blockbuster Rewind, which no one really cares. Well, it doesn't weigh any different. It's just a different color, where Space Ghost is going to weigh different. Different mold. It's a different. It doesn't have the monkey. So it doesn't have him
and
on it.
And it's translucent.
And it's translucent. They're going to weigh a good bit difference probably. So if people want to check, they can find the numbers out there and they can weigh them before they sell them. And they might say, oh, here's a Batman, but you still have a chance of a chase with the other ones. Just now, if you pay $105 for the box, maybe that's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
Like if you pay like what they paid or somewhere near there, or maybe a little more because shipping and they got it. But I mean, I wouldn't pay. I think they've round down to about that price almost. I feel like I've seen them on there, the ones that are kind of open and showing with just a Batman in it. I feel like I've seen them for at least $140, $150.
Yeah, people, I feel like at that point, they're not trying to rip off anybody who couldn't go. Like they're selling them basically almost for retail costs. But the Hex channel has an interesting comment, and I've seen this occasionally here in the Funko community. It says, the Funko only cares about money. People don't matter. And maybe that's the case. And Funko is a publicly traded company now. They do have shareholders that they have to, give reports to every month and everything. And they have to worry about their stock price. However, if you don't care about people, at least a little bit, you're not going to have any money in your pocket. So that's why I have issues with some of their business practices, especially in this instance with Fun on the Run, because they're not treating people fairly across the board.
Don't make a rule that it's not going to be kept, like one per person.
Exactly.
I guess what they're doing is one per person until time is up. They should say one per person until the end of the event, and if there's more boxes left, then we'll sell it to you. Kind of like, so it reminds me of Funko sodas on the Funko site, right? 2 per person. Now, after like 4 or 5 hours, if they don't sell out, now you can buy up to 10.
See, from what I've heard from a couple people, like there was only like 150 people there.
Oh no, yeah,
they're not going to sell 500. Like, you know what I mean? They could wait there for a couple days and try to sell the 500. I think that they get to a point where, listen, it's probably not cheap to run a bus with all these people and go across the country. And if they only cared about money, which I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying that they don't.
They have to.
They didn't need to do this. Like they could have just done these and probably sold as many. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have to go the extra effort and send somebody cross country to try to get these to sell and do that kind of thing. Cause I don't think this is a gigantic moneymaker for them to sell. If there's 10 stops, 5,000 boxes, it's $50,000. Like,
how much money?
I can't imagine
they got to pay for
moving the needle for them.
They got to pay for fuel for the bus, and they got to pay all those people to stand outside every single day.
Yeah,
they're not making any money in this. This is a marketing stunt. This is a marketing
but usually marketing things like that are a little bit for the people, like a little bit. Like,
I'm surprised.
If there was one in our area, I 100% want to go, and not to go just buy the box of fun. And I've seen this from a million people, not a million people. I mean, there was less than that probably at these events.
But Freddy mascot guy running around.
A lot of people love just talking to other collectors in line and hanging out. That's what I would have loved about it. Forget the box of fun.
Every single person I talked to, though, that went to the event, they said they had a blast. They said they had a lot of fun, like, standing there, getting to know people, taking pictures with Freddy, seeing. And I have to say, I don't think it's a coincidence that the most people were at Nashville and Top Ops was there. I saw a lot of people taking pictures with him, interacting with him.
Yeah, I mean, how fun is that? Like, I was jealous of that. I seen some of the pictures, some of our group chats and that kind of thing. And I wanted to be in those pictures. Like, I wish I could have gone to one of these. And like I said, forget the box and forget the whatever. I just, I would have enjoyed just hanging out with people. So, I think it's great that they did that. I don't think it was like
started earlier and went to more places. Then they really should have.
I think they should have
a whole month of traveling.
That's what you said, Josh. Like, why are they going to Walmarts that are only 2 hours away? Like, you need to pick bigger cities or pick different cities that are farther away, make it more of a longer road trip. But Dave has an interesting comment here. He says, "Remember when this hobby used to be fun? It seems like it's just constant negativity, and sadly, most of it's completely valid." I don't think it's all completely constant negativity. I think there's some issues with this event that we just highlighted. However, like we just said, a lot of people had a lot of fun.
It was easy to get a box. They didn't have to camp out overnight.
Right.
Other than Nashville.
And the other part of it that I kind of want to shift back into San Diego Comic-Con exclusives a little bit. And I know, Vince, we heard you said you're not as excited for this catalog. I think it's a very big catalog. I think there are some really good exclusives that we're getting. And I think you have to point out, I think they're killing it with the 3-packs. I think the 3-pack of the Fairly Odd Parents is something that everyone's going to be trying to get. I mean, this is something that people have wanted for a long time. So I think they're hitting it out of the park, making that a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is something that is San Diego Comic-Con worthy.
I love the 1,000 piece Powerpuff Girls.
We need that. We need that one so bad. I don't know what we're gonna have to trade for that. I guess I don't know, like $500 or I don't know. It's gonna be expensive to get that one. But yeah, we want that one bad. Now on the flip side of that, we have Thor's daughter, where I'm just like,
and it's again, it's always like that. You know what I mean? It's always, you're gonna have those hits, you're gonna have those misses. I thought that one that they announced today, I don't even know which anime it was from, with the giant hair.
It
was like completely silly and ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm sure it made sense for the show. They got a different box, like that's, you know what I mean? I like that effort. Like, I feel like they're going the extra step to do something special for SDCC. Those are the kind of things I like to see, and I'm glad that there is stuff that I'm definitely, Creed. I seen the Johnny Knoxville thing for WWE. Is that a thing that people? I don't know. What do I don't watch WWE.
But I think the nice thing about the catalog is that it's so big, so diverse. It covers a lot of different IPs. So something that could be a miss for us is a hit for somebody else. It's just. But at the end of the day, if a lot of things aren't hits for people, that's when they sit on the site for a while. Like, perfect example, I feel like I'm like one of like 5 people who's excited for little Leia with the Lola droid, but everybody else is like, oh, this is stupid. Obi-Wan Kenobi
It's
was a year
different, at
ago.
least.
Nobody cared. Like, why couldn't we get a clone trooper?
I can't wait
Like,
for the Transformers 2-pack.
yeah, right there. Like,
And a
that's
lot of
something
people hate it. That's the beauty of it. You know, and what's surprising to me, the thing I'm most looking forward to, I think, as of right now, is that Vader 3-liter, which is, I'm almost afraid to even say that because I don't know if I'm allowed to buy it or not, but I'm getting one. I don't care.
I'm buying it because that chase is amazing. That is a con-worthy chase.
I wish they would have done it glow though. If I,
we don't know, but we don't know. It could be
well,
glow.
It says
Funko hasn't made the announcement yet.
Scooby-Doo. Oh, that's
Scooby-Doo
and Tweety.
Tweety, yeah.
Tweety, I need. Scooby-Doo, I need. I love that.
Dinosaur coming out of the egg.
Vince, I think you're gonna have a couple large PayPal charges on your account. I think because they drop so many things, most days you say to yourself, I kind of only want this and this.
No, you're right. When it's all put together, it might feel different.
Yeah, when you have 7 days of reveals and from each day you want 2 things, I mean, that's 14 items. You're going to be racking up a few $100s right there. Yeah, especially if you're going to buy a 3-liter at $40.
Yeah, really, why do I have to buy 30 things? This is good. I'm super excited. I don't have to maybe get 6 things in this con instead of like 15. And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's probably the way normal people should be.
So, Chaser, I have seen a lot of people actually excited for the Freddy superhero rewind. And I got to say, whoever designed the figure did do a heck of a good job. But why are we getting that level of design for a brand new item and not something like that in a soda? Because, man, can you imagine that as a 5,000 piece soda? That thing would break the website.
I think they did a great job on the Freddy soda, though. I will say right now, it's probably one of the better. I'd put it probably in the top 3 of the Freddy sodas released so far.
Easy, yeah.
I think we're just all happy they're doing a proto.
Yes, and a proto pop. Like that's what these cons should bring.
I love the Biddy Pops too.
The Biddy Pops.
The Biddy Freddies. I'm not getting the black light ones, but the Biddy Freddies I absolutely love too.
The Biddy Freddies, they knocked it out of the park, and I really hope they give us a Mayor Freddy. Like, I think you're gonna have a lot of stuff in your cart, Vince. You just don't realize it yet.
Yeah, I think, John. The more we're talking, I forgot. Scooby was announced like a week and a half ago, I think, at this point. And Tweety, I saw the box for Tweety. I love that it's the Looney Tunes version of Tweety. Yeah, you know what? There's some good stuff. I'll be a little bit more excited when I see everything all together. It just felt weird this year. I don't know, for whatever reason.
Very weird. It was
just the way that they released it, the way they long played it like this. I just didn't. I'd like when they say
we haven't seen a big full list from them, like the retail list. Like I said, that's what we're waiting for. Like, when are we going to get that big retail? Like, who the retailers are, where they're going to sell. That list helps you pick out these are my 15 I want, or my 5 I want, or I need 35. You know.
Yep. So Pipsqueak says, I think the Chewbacca 3-liter is happening, so it'd be 80 just for those 2. A flock 3-liter Chewie would be so cool. And even though I do think that was cool, I also do agree with Steven. He brought up a great point. He said the 3-liter Vader is just ridiculous. They should not be making normal size characters. As 3-liter makes no sense. You could put Vader next to Wampa, and he's the same size. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that. However, at the same time,
that should have been the original chase for Vader.
That should have been the original chase, but they make 10-inch pops, and we all know that, like, you know, a 10-inch Vader next to a 4-inch Boba Fett doesn't make sense either. However, they make different sizes now, so we just kind of have to roll with it. However, I can appreciate a larger size soda with a better chase, so that's why I'm going to grab the Darth Vader. I will say this, though. I don't think I'll keep both. I think I'll try to get the chase, and I'll keep the chase. I don't want the common. You know, because I feel like then the 3-liter chase can kind of be like a one-off piece instead of like purposely having both from that set. You know, it's just
you can just get the 18-inch Vader if you want, you know, to go with it.
Oh yeah, God help us with the 18-inch pops. But no, I'm right there with you. I really hope we do get Chewie. But at the same time, I hope we don't get Chewie, like, because that is expensive. $80 for 2 sodas.
I want the regular one with.
I would rather, a regular size Chewie at $15 or $18 with a flock chase. So, yeah, Evil Queen was bad. They haven't done a good 3-liter in a while, and Funko still hasn't officially announced the Vader. So I'm hoping that this
Freddy.
is the
Where's
this
the
is actually
Freddy?
happening. And yeah, where's the Freddy? I saw a bunch of people in the chat say this as well. Where's the Freddy 3-liter? That got leaked, and then there was that blurry picture we all saw, and then nothing. No news. Nothing. So
It's weird that, also I think this is the first. Is this the first con we didn't have someone showing off from Funko some of the stuff?
that
Like,
I'm okay with to an extent, because
to an extent, but it's kind of nice to see the stuff out of box and
No,
stuff.
you're right. You're
of
right.
course.
It's felt different. It's felt different. It's just
It feels
I like
they're
when they say
throwing
we're
out-
going to be announcing them over these 4 days. You get the 4 days. By the end of the week, you're seeing where all the retailers are. You start building the hype. You're circling.
I think
Like
it was
if we go back to last year, I'm pretty sure when we did our PFO the week before the con, like we were making our circles. We're deciding what ones we're going to pick up.
We already had. We knew what retailers were getting.
Yeah,
what.
You still can't even do. This is weird. It's just weird to me. It's weird that we're a week away. It doesn't feel like we're a week away.
But I think with all the news,
so-
I see some people asking. Yes, we did discuss the Mike stepping down as CEO, but I think it's just a sign that Funko is still going through growing pains. They're still going through employee changes and everything, and they haven't found their footing. And in the midst of not really having a clear direction of where the company's going, they're doing these new events, like sending a tour bus on the road and everything.
Well,
so I think
who
that's
got hired as that new marketing person? Remember, they had the job out there.
Yeah.
I wonder who got hired. They had it early in January, so I'm guessing by now that person has like a pretty solid grasp of what they're doing. But we don't know what they're doing because they don't really do as much. I don't even feel like they're giving away much on social media anymore, and all these kind of things.
The photo pop a day. I mean, a lot of
they're
not
really like they're not feeding to the fan base. And that could hurt them if they don't start getting back to the fan base. Also, one of the things with the drops I hate, so they're showing all these glam shots, and we are all inbox collectors, really. I mean, look behind you.
Yeah.
Inbox collectors, right? What do some of these boxes look like? Like, we're seeing them on disc trackers after.
You're 100% right.
Like that. But they're not showing them even on when they're doing these glam shot post of this coming. They're just showing the molds.
And it sounds weird, but that makes a difference to me. Like that Tweety, honestly, until I saw the box, like I kind of recognized from where he, like I didn't remember an episode, but like you want to see it. Is it part of the line that I collect? Is it something wacky?
Yeah,
like the Bugs Bunny, was it
100-year one?
Yeah,
Bugs
Bunny.
Fred
Yeah.
Fred Funko.
I think that's kind of cool. I haven't got any of the other 100-year like matchup ones. I think that one's kind of cool. I'll probably buy that one too.
But it's weird that that's like that, and then at the same time you're doing a Tweety Looney Tune as Tweety as like the hip hop looking Tweety, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're doing like random ones, but Funko themselves aren't showing any of this. Like, we wouldn't know what the boxes look like if so it didn't get leaked out there. Like,
so there's a couple of comments I wanted to address pretty quick. Where was the first comment? I lost it. Oh, so Coco Collectible says, I know no one agrees with me, but I actually like the Fun on the Run Rewind Freddy. You are not the only one. There's a lot of people that
I've heard a lot of
the
people like
Blockbuster Rewind Freddys, and they're excited for this brand new line of characters. So if you like it, don't feel bad. You're definitely not the only one.
I like the superhero one better.
The superhero one is cool. I might get that one. I don't know. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
I like it because it's also a different mold. It's not just it's fun. It's different. It's not just
I know I'll have a couple of those. I won't go heavy into those. And let's put it this way. I didn't get any of the gold, and I know I won't get any of the gold. The rewinds, I know I'll get a couple, but I definitely won't go heavy into the...
If there's a He-Man or She-Ra, you definitely get them.
Yeah, that's... and
I
hope they don't do the whole line, though, because I don't want to feel forced to...
No.
But I probably will.
So Colton says, what if the 3-liter Freddy is just at Fun Days? I mean, that is something they could do. I hope not. That would also be super awkward for everybody going, because then they have to carry this giant bottle on their way home. But I mean, they could do that. Flying Jello also says next year's Box of Fun will have a pop of soda, a 3-liter soda, a Blockbuster Rewind, and some Bitty Pops.
That sounds fun.
No, they have to have something new in there, like something we don't even talk about.
Yeah, like Freddy or I don't know, Funko Fruit Snacks or something.
Yeah,
That would be very
sounds good.
interesting, Flying Jello.
Funko
However,
candy's
at the end of the
awful.
day, I think they should really stick to pops and sodas for any sort of take home or box that they sell on the website, because those are the most popular items. And I think that at the end of the day, the Fun on the Run
I will
box
say,
didn't sell out because of
the
those
Fun
other
on the
items.
Run box was fun though. Like I liked it because it had. I actually, like you said, disappointed that Space Ghost was in there. I'd rather have a Freddy in there because it felt like it was a actually they should have done a proto soda in there, like a proto the dog soda in there would have been awesome. But I felt like like I mentioned that over and over. 25 years, why don't they have a wacky wobbler? We haven't seen any wacky wobblers. I'm so glad they did that wacky
And they
wobbler.
did an amazing one.
And
it was
it
very
was the
cool.
first double wacky wobbler ever, too, I think. I don't think there's ever been another with two characters.
No, I think you're right on that as well. Thana says, do you think Funko Hollywood manager will fix the problem with their employees by multiple Funko Pops, etc., when there is a limit at any convention?
No.
Probably.
I mean, if you want me to be honest, because I think that stuff like that just goes on everywhere.
Yeah.
It's almost
you're
impossible.
Find it
to...
GameStops that hold the chases for
yes.
people or their own employees.
Hot Topic will hide a couple behind waiting for it. You know, you just unfortunately, and this is not all. You know, obviously Funko. I mean, it is their problem, but you know, unfortunately this kind of stuff goes on in all of the industry. Not that we should be okay with it, but it's no. I answer, I don't think they will.
I think it happens, but it's just an integrity thing that Funko has to fix with their people when they get wind of it. Obviously, you can't.
Yeah,
it's something
totally
like that.
agree.
Like you can hire people and you can try to judge their character, but you can't. You can't prevent that. That's going to happen. It's just when it does happen, do you address it and put a stop to it, or do you just turn a blind eye and let it happen? Because
like Hot Topic did that a couple years back. They put their foot down when they started limiting people, and they limited it more on their website too. And you know, you got to do that as a company. You just the integrity has to be there. So they should. Well, I doubt it.
So Colton says, I hope San Diego Comic-Con box of fun is the same as NYCC's with 3 pops and 3 sodas. Now, up until the Fun on the Run box, I would have disagreed with that. But I want to give credit where credit is due. Funko actually did a really good job with the take-home Fun on the Run box because of the way everything was sorted.
They got tired of giving refunds.
Yeah, whoever designed that box. And this actually ties into my thoughts with I'm actually okay with the $105 now because of the box design and the way that every single item, and you had 6 different sized items in the box and nothing got damaged. I didn't see anybody. I didn't hear about anybody having damaged boxes. So I'm actually okay with that $105 price tag now. Before the drop, we all had an issue with it. But
I didn't have an issue with 105, and I think they did an amazing job. The only reason I thought it should have been less is to get more collectors excited about it. You know what I mean? As a give back kind of thing. And why would I expect that to happen? But you know, that's the only really 105 wasn't horrible I thought it was a good mix. It was a nice mix. It was a fun box to open, and I think they did an amazing job on it, honestly.
They did. And if they end up doing a box for San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con where there's a mix of items, I'm all for it. I just think they should keep it to pops and sodas. That's what I feel like pays the bills. That's what keeps the lights on at Funko. That's what helps raise the stock. You know, people aren't lining up for wacky wobblers and biddies. They're lining up for pops and sodas and trying to get the rare versions. That's what it comes down to. And I would even say that people probably aren't even lining up for sodas. They're lining up for the pops. So
100%. I agree with that.
If the rumors are true, the box will have 3 pops and 2 chases. 2 chases? Oh, 2 sodas. 2 sodas. Okay.
That's what I heard. I heard
3 pops and 2 sodas.
That means 1 pop is a mascot then.
Yeah.
And then, or it could be the opposite. It could be like, I'm trying to think of like what would fit a box wise.
I don't know. I'd like to see a lumberjack soda.
I was about to say, how cool would it be if there were mascot sodas?
I would absolutely love that. If there, I want to see
that.
A nice eagle.
There's no chase.
Mascot sodas with chases. That would be exciting. Yeah, it has to have a chase. No, like, really high piece count with no chase. If they had mascot chases, that would, I feel like, get a lot of hype, because then people who weren't Freddy fans might still go grab the box.
Yeah, depending on what the sodas are too. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind a mascot and 2 Freddys. We don't have to get 15 things in there. Leave it a little bit more limited. Give us 2 Freddys. Give us a mascot, and then 2 cool sodas.
Yeah, and
maybe it'll be that Tony the Tiger.
Credit where credit is due. Last year, they did a great job with the box of fun. And I think that's why everybody is on edge right now, wondering where is it, what's going on. There's no announcements, there's no price, there's no rumors, there's no leaks, because last year they handled it really well. The website was smooth. I mean, it's sold out, but the website was smooth. People got their boxes. They weren't damaged for the most part from what I heard.
So another piece of news I think we should talk about.
Go for it.
Is the pop that sold recently. $200.
Oh yeah, I have some issue. Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up, because you guys jump into this first, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts too, because $210,000 for this Willy Wonka Gold 2-pack
is crazy.
It's a little,
but also I'm like I told you guys, like, this company has come out of nowhere in the last 6 months. To me, I felt like this event company, I know they've done some cons before and stuff like that. I know you mentioned about them a little bit, John, but I think in one of the chats we were talking about, but I felt like where are they coming at? They must have some good funding backing to drop first.
If you have good backing, I mean, it's a good way to make a splash. I think it's a great, it's a great marketing thing for them.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that's why they're ponying.
I gotta say though,
but is this going to be in a mystery box?
I don't believe it. I do not believe that pop is going to be pulled in a mystery box. I mean, unless it's got to be, if somebody does get it, hopefully it does surface, because I don't know. There's been a lot of mystery box companies that have popped up in the last few years, and we haven't seen $500 pops get pulled. But at $200,000,
I think this might be different though.
If I pulled this and they said, okay, you can take that pop, or I'll give you $150,000. Give me $150,000.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. No one else is going to ever buy it for $200,000. Do you think anyone else will buy it for $210,000 unless some celebrities out there that really wants it and has the money for it?
I think it has the potential to sell again for higher, and I think we're a couple years out from, or maybe we're a year out from the first $250,000 Funko Pop sale. But I don't know. When I just heard that their plan was to put it in a mystery box, I don't know.
And I tried to do the numbers on that one. I was like, there's nothing that makes sense. Even if they throw, because they can't do it as a lottery type thing, because that's illegal. So they have to actually sell something. So even if they sell a common pop they got for $2 or $3 from Funko on super sale, because instead of selling them to Five Below, they got them for $1 or $2 each. Even selling the boxes at $25 for a chance at it, like a scratch off chance, that's what you would have to sell so many of them. I don't think they would.
That's what I'm saying. They would have to sell so many boxes, and then. And yes, the loss. This is the same pop that sold a year ago for $100,000. So now the same person, Grail Monster, sold it for. I'm guessing he sold it for double, and that $10,000 just covers the transaction fees or taxes or whatever, right? So he sold it for double. He held on to it for a year, sold it for double. Very smart move on his part, really. Only a year to double your money on something that rare. So good for him. But at the same time, I kind of would have liked to see it sell to a private collector and known that it was going to be, okay, it's in this person's collection. They're going to enjoy it. They like it. They bought it because they love Willy Wonka. But when a company buys this like this, and I feel like, okay, now they're in the news. Now everybody's talking about them. But they're going to do what? They're going to put it in a mystery box? I mean, Josh, I think you were the one who initially did the math. I saw when you were typing in our chat, you were saying they're going to have to drop 1,000 boxes with a $5 pop in each box. But how are you gonna
not more than it was 10,000 boxes?
Or 10,000 boxes. But boxes. Are you gonna put this pop all right? First off, it's a 2-pack, so you're gonna have to put every.
No, you're not gonna put it in there. It's gonna be a.
No, they won't put. They're not gonna put 100. But
yeah,
no,
they'll do a slip.
I could see him doing it.
But like that's the thing though. Like, are they? Like, are we? I'm just worried that like, okay, they did this big thing. They said they're doing a mystery box, and I don't know anything about this company, so I can't say one way or another. But just with the amount of mystery box companies that we've had, and then you don't see like, oh, I wonder did that?
Yeah, but I think that this is different. Like everybody and their brother that's in the Funko genre, like we'll be talking about this. This would be.
No, I know everybody's talking about it, but like, will we see the end result? You know,
I think for 100%, you will.
I think they should do it live. Like they do Whatnot. They do eBay live. Like I saw Kelser put something about a bounty for it. Like Whatnot's willing to pay $150,000 if you pull it. Or like that's a big splash though too. You remember the whole thing where you won a Lamborghini if you pulled the car, the one card, the 1 of 1, whatever, the triple logo man card, LeBron James card, and stuff like that. Like it's a marketing ploy, but who are they? I wonder who they're going to go with, because are they going to go with both eBay Live and Whatnot, or choose one? Like for them, like I'm curious to like, well, if they decide to do one or another, I wonder, like you can't be promoting eBay and then do this huge marketing thing with Whatnot too. So like they have to decide one or another what one they're going with.
Well, let's say they pick. Let's say they're going to go with eBay. They're going to go with Whatnot, whatever they pick. They do the mystery box live. You know, everybody buys their box. They have 10,000 people come on. They all buy a box for $15. They do like a week-long live stream. They open everybody's box. Oh, you got a McNugget. You got a this. You got a retro toy, whatever. Oh, this person got the ticket. They won. Okay, so now they know the username or we know the username of the person who won, right? Because it's public knowledge. If you won that pop, like, I don't know if I'd want to win that pop. Like, it's so expensive. Like, I would be so concerned because now everyone knows that I have that pop. Or even if they just know your username, like your username might be the same on your social media.
Here's a weird situation too. So, like, when you winning that casino or somewhere else, you have to pay taxes.
Right.
Do you have to pay taxes if you pull this?
I don't know.
On that winning?
I don't know.
Just you might be opening a can of worms. I don't know. Do we have to pay taxes on our
winnings? You turn around and you sell that pop, you'll definitely have to pay taxes on it.
I mean, it has to be over a certain amount. It has to be over a certain amount of winnings. Like what us know.
But yeah, but like, I think it might be different because it's maybe it's not different. Josh, why did you bring that up? Now
it's a valid point. It's a valid point.
It is a lot of money. You have to pay taxes.
Now I'm not buying any of the boxes.
But it brings me to my next point. Okay, you win the pop. You know, you hypothetically you win this pop, right? If you bought this mystery box, let's say it's even like $100 for the box. It goes back to what the point you just made, Josh. I'm freaking selling it. I'm selling it the day my fingers touch it. And then, and that's the problem with these rare pieces. And that's why I'm a little bit sad that it's not going to a private collector, because once again, this pop is going to be changing hands 4 times in a very short period where it's super rare. How many times is it going to get bounced around the mail service, or someone said, oh, delivered by armed guards? Yeah, at this point, I
don't think $100,000 pop is getting delivered by any postal anything
by that company. They're going to fly you to their headquarters and they're going to give it to you, I bet.
When you start talking 20 grand, like a plane ticket's a couple $100. When you're talking 20 grand for a pop, like if I pay 20 grand for a pop, I'm flying out and picking this thing up.
Yeah.
And it's not going to leave my side.
So 210 grand, you're definitely flying.
Yeah.
But that's the point, All Be Pops. 100% agree. If you'd have to sell it. Even if you love the movie, you love the characters, it's life-changing money for everybody. Not just a lot of people, for everybody. Even if you are rich or were very well off, that is still life-changing money.
It has to be the next marketing big pull for a company or auction house that wants to do it. I don't know if you watched have you guys watched the Netflix series, The One Auction House?
Not yet.
There's one that's on there right now, and they bought the triple logo. They worked out the deal for the triple logoman card after the guys bought it, and they wanted to sell it and find a buyer for it, and promise them this much money, but they flew them out there, they have them locked up in a case and everything like that. And then we're talking about millions of dollars. Like, people were offering for that 1/1 Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings card, 1/1, they're offering millions of dollars for this. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And it can be life-changing. There was another kid on there that had a F1 card that was super rare. Like, and one guy wanted it, and he brought in, made the deal with the kid that pulled it, and it was life-changing for his family because he just happened to pull it out of a pack of cards and won,
So this is interesting. The Dan Man brings up, Event picked up my collection when I made a sale to $7 a pop. Huge truck came with their name on it. They were partnered with other merchants. That's honestly a little bit alarming to me, because how many places is Event with? They're with $7 a pop. They're with whatnot. They're with eBay. If I sell to $7 a pop, I would think that I'm selling to $7 a pop, not some third party that's coming up to pick up my stuff.
Yeah. At the same time, though, if you're getting your money, what do you?
If you're getting your money, like, you don't care. Yeah, no, I get that, but at the same time,
no, I think
it's kind of bizarre.
This makes more. No, honestly, it makes more sense. I mean, you're getting big companies now. I mean, $7 a pop is inside the Funko bill. Like, and they are a big company. They're bringing thousands and thousands of pops in. They're selling thousands of pops a week. Like, you're talking big people, especially like, look at all the small companies. And we're talking like even Big Apple. I don't think Big Apple was a big company, but you're talking like 500,000, and like, they were bigger. Like, these guys, when you start getting into this next level, like, it sounds like $100,000 is like, they have a plan. They have to have some kind of backer.
They have to have partners. Like, they partner and sell things, but then they buy from people and they probably sell to other people. Like, they partner all they're a big enough company where that's what they're doing, is doing all these partners and things like that, and figuring out, okay, this is what we're good at and we need, but we might not need all that stuff. We'll sell it to you, or if you want to go pick it up, we get a finder's fee of 5% or 10% or something. Whatever. And I don't know what I'm curious about what the percentage they offer. Like, I haven't heard too many people say how much they offer lately. So
I don't know.
I'd be curious, because they have to be buying collections like crazy now with all the Mystery Grail, the whatnot auctions, the drops they're doing, all that.
Yeah, they're still doing the regular drops. Yeah.
Plus, 4 days a week whatnot auctions. Plus,
something like that.
2 different drops every week for Mystery Grail. So
Anyway, I guess we'll find out what happens with this whole Event Willy Wonka mystery box thing. My biggest disappointment was that at the end of the day, when it comes to something that's so rare, so valuable now, like, I don't know, I'd rather see these items go to private collectors, because those people are going to take care of it. They're going to hold on to it for a little while. And then it's not going to get bounced around in the mail and possibly damaged, or even if it's handed off. Like, I know Grail Monster, right? He flew to California, they did a handoff, but you never know. Like, I'm not saying, I don't wish any ill will on him or anybody, but like, you never know. Like, you get into a fender bender and, it hits the wrong side of the car and you might damage the item. Like, when the items are more in transit, no matter plane, train, automobile, whatever, they're at risk. And that's all. And you want to see these items get preserved because they are a part of Funko history, and you just want to see them well taken care of in the years to come. That's all. So we can be talking about this in 3 years when we go, wow, the Willy Wonka 2-pack sold for 400,000 or something crazy. Like, it's only going to go up from here.
Or $50. You never know.
I think there's going to be a lot of people lining up if it's $50, but Darth Ginger, I'm glad to hear that. He says PFO is my guilty pleasure. I guess I want to open up the floor. Does anybody have any questions? Because I've seen a lot of people asking questions about San Diego Comic-Con on social media this past week. So if anybody has any questions, we can do our best to give you answers based on the knowledge that we know for this year's con. But I know this is a lot of people's first con experience. It's not typically like this, or maybe it'll be like this moving forward. Hopefully not, but this is definitely a weird year. Cave actually has a question. They said, when shipping a Funko to get it signed, is it better to keep the Funko box in a hard protector, or should I flatten the box instead? I think Josh,
I hear everybody say flatten it.
Yeah, I think you've done a bunch of autograph stuff, right?
For autographs, I I don't think I've ever sent in something, but always just I wouldn't send the pop with it. I would just flatten it and send it. Everyone says that. Just flatten it, send it with cardboard on both sides, and then whatever kind of envelope or bubble envelope or whatever you're going to send it in. Yeah.
Because think about when somebody's trying to autograph it too. It's hard to.
They won't take
like
them too. When they ship them to them or ship them to a place, a lot of times they'll tell you how to pack them too. So if you're sending it to somewhere like Dark Parlor or Zobi or someone like that, they tell you exactly how they want them because they don't want the pop and that. Because then they don't want to also be responsible for your pop and everything else along with it. Because they have to take them out and probably just have them flat for the person to sign, next sign, those kind of things. Now, when you're going to a con, it's up to you. Now, I've seen people with like folders of like flattened ones, and they're just going to different people and getting them signed. I've seen other people just bring their 3 or 4 pops because they want to get a picture of the person signing it and holding that pop and everything like that.
So Randy, I would agree with you 100%. I also think a lot of the very low piece count Freddies, even piece count Freddies 500 pieces and less, if you compare them to a lot of the big sales that have happened over the last few years, 100% way undervalued. Colton says, what day are the exclusives going up? Well, I feel like that's the number one question of the hour. So we don't really know.
Friday, isn't it? Isn't it typically Friday?
Typically Friday. Yeah.
I mean, it could be a different day. It could. Who knows? Could be the first
Who
day
knows?
of the con.
They still haven't told us, but I would guess right now next Friday, but
it could be tomorrow. We don't know.
You don't?
Kelsey has a question, somewhat unrelated, but is the Freddy Champ glow not a thing anymore?
No, I know the Kelsey. Freddy I think it's a thing.
Well, was it glow? I thought it dropped.
There was a glow version. There's 2.
There was a glow version. It was. Yeah, it was more limited. I'm pretty sure it was a thing.
It's only at the event in the Philippines, though, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to find many.
Ralphie's, I know, had somebody there, so check with.
Ralphie's had someone there, and Boom Loot put one as their top hit in the mystery box this past week. I got one. I hope I pull it.
I got one too.
I hope you pull it. I hope one of us pulls it. So Randy says it's Friday the 20th at noon Eastern. I hope so.
Thank you, Randy.
I don't know. They drop them usually at like 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Usually it's early. Usually they do 9 a.m. But
so a lot of people were asking about this tonight. Thoughts on Big Apple Collectibles getting sued by Funko for $500,000?
Good.
Are we surprised?
They're not going to get anything probably, but depending on how they set up their company, the LLC or if it's a corporation. And all kinds of other things, they might not get anything. They might be able to go after certain people, but I mean, truthfully, that's what caused a lot of this mess, and probably what they weren't serving customers and things like that. They've had problems for years. Switched ownership.
Well, when you go into debt that far, sometimes you just cut your losses.
That's just the debt from Funko. Who knows how much they owe other companies and other things and. Stuff they took money out to borrow to get things, because that's probably not all. They probably paid Funko stuff. They just probably never fully paid their bill.
They didn't square up, and it's a company that we've known as bad for 4 years, 5 years. We've been telling people not to order them for a long time. We've had bad experiences, so you know what? Karma comes back to bite you, man. So
I'm glad Funko's going after them.
I'm glad too. Like, if you're bad to your people, then the big company should come after you and say, "Hey, you owe us money. You didn't fulfill these orders." You know, so
you're not even filling your orders to people, and you got they must have that product somewhere. Some of it, a lot of it.
So apparently, that glow Freddy Champ was 1,000 pieces, but everybody was saying it's not there. Yeah. I didn't even know there was a glow 1,000 piece.
I saw the glow. I didn't think of a big deal of it. But.
Yeah. Desi Pop says, if you had to bet, what percentage chance the box of fun drops
50-50.
50-50, yeah.
Maybe yes.
You know what's weird? I think someone would have kind of leaked something by now.
Yeah.
If it's going to drop tomorrow, like someone's going to share something from it. Like, here's a blurry shot of a box from I mean, maybe they're taking all their phones and everything from the Funko warehouse, and they can't have anything in there anymore. But I
Like
feel
they do
like
at Amazon.
someone would have it.
Yeah, if we get a heads up, that's the thing. Like, if we get a heads up on when some like random, like the McDonald's Speedy Pop is going up, it's like, how do we not get a heads up that the box of fun? So I don't know. I think I'm with you guys 50-50. It could drop tomorrow. It could drop next week. I don't know.
I don't think it'll drop, hopefully, on the same day as all the con drops. I think it'll drop some other day, but it could be Wednesday. Who knows? It could be after Fun Day.
That's true. That's very true, Seth. The Peter Pan cooler, they gave us less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
But
Which
why they chose to drop that cooler in the midst of all this chaos, like
I know. Yeah. And it was so good too.
It's a great cooler. And that's the thing, like Joanna and I were disappointed because we feel like in the midst of all this chaos with Fun on the Run and SDCC,
got lost.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand how beautiful this cooler is. Like they did such a good job.
Speaking of coolers, there's another cooler we haven't got to talk about because we didn't.
Yes, the Snoopy, the Peanuts
Snoopy cooler that actually got to people like that ordered it. I didn't think they were actually going to get the cooler at all. I know they got some, but I didn't think they were actually going to like get them out to anyone. I was really surprised.
So apparently, it was a screw up on Funko's part.
Yeah.
And there is Peanuts sodas, apparently.
Oh, yeah, because it said on the thing, like, what, 12,000 on the tags and everything?
Yeah, so everybody who was saying, like, oh, it's a really big bummer, we're not getting Peanut sodas, we are. And supposedly it's going to be dropping in the second half of the year. So with that same cooler.
with maybe a couple less coolers.
A couple less. It's like 12,426. But there's actually, I know there's a few people in our group chats who picked up the cooler already. So, yeah, kudos to you guys for yeah, Aaron got the cooler. So there you go. Aaron, you got one. You got one in advance. So take it and run. That's awesome. Nobody at Funko, Hollywood, or HQ says they're in store either. For which one is that? Oh, the Peter Pan cooler?
No, the Snoopy ones. They weren't supposed to be anywhere. Like, no one else posted them. I think it was just a big screw up.
The Lost, I know you're not the only one. I know there's a lot of people who are waiting till after all this San Diego Comic-Con chaos is over and hoping that the Peter Pan cooler is still up. I think it will be. But at the same time, it might not, because I mean it's limited. It's you're basically buying the sodas at retail plus
you know where to pull the chase if you want the chase only.
That's
and it's all the rest and say it's a chance of chase. Oh, what?
No one would do that.
No, don't do that, guys. Be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, now we just need Harry Potter sodas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Peter Pan cooler is beautiful.
I like the character. Really, I just don't feel like I need all the chases. Like I don't feel like I need to spend that much money to go after them. Like if I could just buy a single soda of the character that I still want to go after the chase on, it'd be different. But you have to buy a cooler every time you want to go after a chase. Or I think if you on the aftermarket for about the same price.
I think you're going to have to play the long game on that one.
Oh, they'll go down. I mean, but who knows? Because we've seen the other ones keep some pretty good value. Now there are like turtles and things like that. But look at what those are going for.
You know what though? The 12,000 piece, like if you go 12,000 piece Disney, there's not. They hold their value, but not like crazy. I mean, I bet you, I would venture to guess you'll be able to get those for about $60, and it might be a year. Like now, you might have to wait that long.
That's the thing. Do you buy them now though and sell the commons and sell like a full cooler of commons? The people that just want the commons for $60, then you get the chase for $55.
I think that's where it's going to shake out anyway. So yeah, I mean, you could.
45, you get the chase, and then someone else can have the commons for $60, $10 each.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, I think.
So Easton Pops brought up a good question. He says, "Did Funko make an announcement before dropping the box of fun last year?" They did.
Yeah.
They let everybody know what the cost
The
was going to be,
teams
and they let
were-
everybody know how many items you're going to get.
How you
Not
pick-
any
now,
really leaks though.
No.
Now,
Of the
last year,
content.
if I'm correct, was it last year or the year before? They said one per household, but they let you buy one of each team. Like
Yeah.
some people were buying every team, and it was fine.
Yeah.
As long as you
Yeah,
bought
that was last
one-
year because I
because it was
remember
one
I
item.
only bought one and
Yeah,
I was really bummed out.
especially after you saw what was in the boxes.
Yeah.
So
Now
Albie
go-
Pops has another good question. What are the most sought after ones this con? What do you think is the most unique pop, and which pop do you think will surprise people that will sell out?
Anything limited con only, always.
Well, yeah, I mean the 3-pack will definitely sell out.
Do you
Things
think
that-
there's any one thing that really you think's going to sell out?
Things that sell online won't necessarily sell out everywhere. Don't forget to like shared retailer ones. If they sell out on the Funko shop, doesn't mean they're sold out. They'll be on the shared retailer.
Right, but do you
I think
think there's
that's
any of those like the couple of like the One Piece pops last, you got the
ships.
ships and that kind of thing, like those were going to be almost impossible right out the get-go. Is there anything that's going to be crazy like that's going to be a grail? I don't know. I didn't feel that way.
I'm
I'm like looking through now, trying to remember everything.
just
that
looking on the
dropped.
Funko one because I don't want to look at everyone else's. If it's con only, or like Funko shop only. I think that's the big point of it. If it's
Yeah, and I
Funko
mean-
shop only. Maybe the Demon Slayer 2-pack. Maybe.
I was just thinking that. I think the anime stuff is going to sell out quicker.
If that's Funko shop only, Demon Slayer 2-pack will probably sell out if it's Funko shop only.
If it's
I also think the Fairly Odd Parents one is going to be pretty expensive, especially for the con sticker, and I think the shared sticker will easily be like $50 to $60.
I think it
for a
depends on
while.
who it's shared with too. Do we know? Is it Walmart?
I don't know.
Because
I
who
don't
it's
know.
shared with does make a difference. Because there's
Yeah.
certain places that they're harder to find, harder to get in good condition, and all that stuff. Like, it depends on who it's shared with too. And I think that some of those do make a difference.
You know what I think might be like a sleeper item that I feel like a lot of people are excited for, but it was kind of revealed towards the beginning, so maybe people forgot about. I think that Reptar. So
Yeah. Reptar,
I think that's a good one.
It's still 9,500. They
it's
don't.
still a little bit on the higher side, but I think they're
Yeah.
going to sell a lot of them.
They're going to sell a lot, but I mean, it's going to sell probably more than the 8,500 Cobra Kai.
Yeah, the Cobra Kai didn't need to be
One.
con.
Still, what boggles my mind is Bugs Bunny, 10,005 piece, still up.
Yeah.
Is it not? I believe it's still up.
Yeah, it's still up. It's still up.
So 8,500 piece Reptar, even though I think it's Rugrats, correct? I'm not gonna make.
Yeah, it's Rugrats.
I believe it's Rugrats. So even though that's a very popular show, is he more popular than Bugs Bunny? Will it sell out? I mean, I doubt it.
I don't know. Dennis says the Freddy soda. I think the Freddy soda will surprise people. Colton says the Reptar should have been a 3-liter. I agree. That would have made a great 3-liter. Definitely better than Darth Vader, but I don't know. This con is weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys watched my my look back series, even if you're an anime fan, especially if you're an anime fan, man, don't pay big bucks for those anime pops because they skyrocket right out of the gate, and then most of them come down pretty hard.
Yep.
So
I just want, we really need to see what's shared and what's not shared and where it's going. I think that's going to be a good determination of what's where and how is it going to go.
Yeah.
But we know the big one probably for this year, if it keeps at 1,000 pieces, the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
That keeps at 1,000 pieces. Yeah. That's
the other thing too is I hope there's some limited stuff, like non-Freddy limited stuff that's kind of like maybe not teased. It just kind of shows up at the con. Like just
I like when they do that.
Yeah, they have done that. They've just teased a lot of Freddy stuff, so I'm not sure. And Fun Days, like they already have a ton of Freddy stuff out.
Well,
Funko
even Fun Days last year, they did. I know it wasn't like the most popular thing in the world, but they did those. Weren't they like 2,000 piece Mike Becker and Brian Mariotti?
Oh yeah, I'm sure at like Fun Day stuff, but I mean at SDCC.
I'm hoping both. I'm hoping at SDCC and Fun Days they have like random, weird, limited stuff that you can only get for the con. Like, I am a big believer in people who make the trip. If you get tickets to the con, you fly out there like Funko, like treat those people the best. Like those are going to be some of your hardcore fans, even if they're hardcore flippers and they're just there to get as much stuff as possible just so they can sell it on the aftermarket. Like give them good stuff, give them a reason to stand in line for 6 hours, you know?
I feel like it's going to be, I think this year with so much stuff, it's going to be hard for flippers.
Yeah.
Like with this many things, there's going to be a couple things that will have a good value and price point and things like that, but I think that's going to be the hard thing.
That's kind of what I'm saying too. There's not those couple other than the 1,000 piece. Like there's not that. Like this is going to sell out. And we're always surprised. There's always these surprises. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still looking forward to it. And I'm glad we did this tonight because it refreshed my memory on some of the stuff that I forgot about already.
Short round, like if that one was Funko
I've seen
Shop
a lot of
only,
people.
A lot of people are excited for short round. Yeah.
I think if it's Funko Shop only, that one could be like a really good grail later on. Like if
that's not shared anywhere else.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about if it's shared anywhere or not. I haven't seen any leaks.
So Muhammad has a great question. He says, "Can you guys show your favorite Funko Pop that came out this year so far that you've picked up?" Oh man, favorite one.
Man, if one that comes.
I know. I can show you mine.
I got one that comes to my head immediately because I think it's the best design out of the best set that was made this year. Towerette.
Which
from
one?
Moon Knight, Towerette.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one.
The hippo lady. I love that pop.
Man,
and I think the Moonlight
weird pop to pick.
The Moon Knight line in general, that set is the best set of the year.
Well, Muhammad, can I cheat a little bit?
No.
Can I cheat?
No.
Because my favorite pop is on the way. I haven't got it in hand yet, but
tell us what it is now.
So I won't I want to give a proper tribute in the video and everything, but somebody was super kind and they did pick up a Freddy Robin for me, and I'm very grateful. So
you son of a gun.
I know.
Okay, that is probably that would be my favorite too.
John get a Freddy.
Yeah, so I think that one is going to be my favorite one,
at
least so far.
That one is good. Out of box right now, but
Freddy Optimus Prime is awesome.
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, see.
Oh, those are good.
This is my because it's a 2-pack, the mini 2-pack. They haven't done a mini 2-pack in forever, and it's itchy and scratchy. I love The Simpsons. These are two great characters. Plus, these molds are just awesome. Like they did such a good job with the molds. His head being off. It has a candle in it. I mean, the only thing they could have added is glow to his eyes and stuff like that, and made him even better. But the brain, itchy and scratchy. Mini 2-pack. Yeah. They're already out of the pack. I have one that's sealed, still in the pack too. But that mini 2-pack is awesome.
So Roberto, tuning in from Mexico. Thank you so much. He says,
"Welcome
good night,
in.
fellas. I'm new to the Funko community, and I would like to ask how I can get a box of fun." That's a great question. It will likely be dropping, we think, next week. So make sure you're following. We recommend disc trackers.
But he's in Mexico.
He's in Mexico. He probably won't. He'd have to get it from the secondary market, most likely.
Oh, true. That's right. I apologize.
Or a reshipper.
Yeah,
because they don't ship to Mexico, which is a shame. I don't know why.
Or Canada.
Or Canada. Yeah.
Might be tough, but there's ways. And I know there's some international collectors who are watching right now, and I know you guys have extra barriers into collecting Funko. That's why we try to help out. We did pick up a couple Fun on the Run boxes. We just shipped one to Australia. So we were able to help out one of our patrons that way. So if we can help out, we will, of course, do what we can. And we just shipped off another one to Canada too. So yeah, Funko hates Canada. What's going on, Ethan? He would like some tips on how to start his YouTube channel. Well, if it's Funko related, we could probably help you out. If it's something else, I probably couldn't. But get some good lighting, get a good microphone, speak from the heart, make fun content, and yeah, just go from there.
Yeah.
Just start.
Yeah.
And you'll get better with practice.
Yeah, what's up with that? I know.
Look at
Top
us.
Pops. Come on. What's going on? Just got to figure that out with the shipping to Canada.
I think also a big thing for a lot of people that are starting a channel, you just got to keep doing it. Like, you got to keep doing it. Like, don't just have fun with it and keep doing it. Don't worry about the numbers at first or why people aren't watching or whatever. But go learn too. There's a lot of great YouTube videos out there on people that'll teach you a little bit of YouTube tricks and things like that. Learn about some things that might help you. But like you said, I think the biggest pet peeve for me is bad audio. More than bad video is bad audio.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with bad video a little bit, but bad audio, if you don't have good audio, that'll like send someone out off your video like super quick.
Right. Be genuine. That's another great tip. And look at this.
Yeah.
So somebody was able to help. Trev helped Steven get a box of fun, and he's in Australia. So
nice.
I know international shipping can be rough, but there are a lot of great people in this community who can definitely help make that happen. So Albie Pop says, with the Funko fan reward system, what have you used some of your points on?
Let's say I don't even have a clue how much I have. I have not used one point as of yet. I haven't even looked at mine.
I used the one to get the pop yourself early.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
100 points to get your pop yourself early. That's what I used it for. So I'm waiting.
I gotta check. I don't even know how many I have right now.
So before we get to Riley's question about which Freddy's would you like to see in the at-home box of fun or the in-person box of fun, so Roberto has a Texas address. So there you go. You can send it to the Texas address. So do I think it's a must-buy? I do think it's a must-buy.
If you're a Freddy collector.
If you're a Freddy collector, yeah. But even if you're not a Freddy collector, like, to be honest, like, you could buy it, and even if you don't like anything in the box, you could probably sell it. Anything they put in there, as long as it's limited.
John, did you just say flip the box? I think that's what you just said.
You sell it to John for twice the price.
I'm being honest. Hey, you say it 52 times in every single one of your video. Honestly, I'm being honest. That's why half the people buy the box, right?
That's what I would do too. So yeah, that was a good advice, actually.
So you can't give me crap when everybody's thinking it. Everybody's going,
"Oh, I got 6,000 points. Is that good?"
No, you just got that for
depends on what you want to get. So there was some proto sodas on there.
Go pop myself.
20,000 proto sodas.
I used 100 to pop myself. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So back to Riley's question.
I think it's locked now. Sorry.
Back to Riley's question about which Freddy's we would like to see in the box of fun this year. I got one that I would desperately love to see, and it would be a great follow-up to last year's box of fun, Freddy as Miles Morales.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
That would be a good one. Man, what would I like to see? I'd like to see another Motu one.
Okay.
Because I only have the Merman. So you know what? Could you do another Skeletor Freddy? I mean, let's just devalue the other one, please, so I can have one.
Battle armor or something different.
Yeah, do the battle armor one. I'd like to see a Motu one. We have not got any Motu this year.
Disco Skeletor Freddy. How about that?
Everybody put in the chat, if you could see Freddy as any character, what would it be? I know Anna's all about the Harry Potter Freddy.
So they made actually the one that I was thinking about for the Stranger Things drop, like Freddy as Eddie.
Yeah,
was a perfect one. So they made that one.
Ooh,
to me,
Winter
the one thing they haven't made at all as a Freddy is Simpsons line.
Cad Bane Freddy. That'd be cool.
I wonder if they can.
Line. I don't know, but wouldn't that be cool? Freddy as a Simpsons character. I don't know which one
it would be cool.
Choose. I think Freddy as Krusty the Clown would be hilarious. But
it would be cool. There's a lot of great suggestions here in the chat. Freddy as Darth Vader, Freddy as Ghostface, Sonic Freddy, Yondu Freddy, Indiana Jones Freddy, Freddy as Jonah Hex, Grand Inquisitor Freddy,
Indiana
Hulk
Jones
Freddy.
I would be surprised about this year.
Oh, dude, I would love a 6-inch Hulk Freddy. How cool would that be? Last Ronin Freddy, Freddy is Homer Simpson, Freddy is Green Ranger, Freddy is SpongeBob. I also think that Freddy is Nurse Joker. That'd be awesome. I think it's time. I think we need Freddy's counterpart here. We got his dog. I think we need the female Freddy, because then we could open up the other half of all these characters that but then you could have Fredalina or whatever her name would be, Franny Funko, whatever, as all Wonder Woman and all these other characters, and just opens it up for more limited pieces. So, and then you could have a 3-pack of Freddy, the female counterpart, and then the proto the dog. How cool would that be?
Can we get a Haunted Mansion Freddy?
Oh, that'd be cool. I need Freddy as Captain America. Yeah, Gurleen, I'm right there with you. Freddy as Moon Knight would be pretty awesome too. Grogu Freddy, yeah, that's probably what they're gonna drop this year.
It's gonna be Sideways and big old.
Yeah, it'll be Sideways. Yeah, Freddy is Voltron. Frederica, yep, there you go. Frederica, that'd be perfect.
Fredrina, I knew someone named Fredrina.
Okay,
so very that's nice. A name. That's a real name.
Now they could be twins. They could be brother sister. They could be boyfriend girlfriend. They could be roommates. It could be whatever. Freddy is Martian Manhunter. Freddy is Mickey Mouse. That's weird. Yeah, they've never done Freddy as Mickey Mouse.
No,
I don't think Disney likes that.
The mashups.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse. There's Disney ones, but not
very few.
Yeah, but Mickey
might be hand off.
Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do another Turtles. Let's do another. Listen, I want everything that they've made before that I can't afford.
There you go. A restock, but just a cheaper version, basically.
Yeah. So. While they're at it, let's just do Venom again.
Honestly, yes. I would love to see that. I would love to see the value.
Do the blue one, though.
Come down.
Do the blue one.
Would you like a Freddy as a Tony the Tiger?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Freddy as Wolverine would be cool. Yeah.
That would be great. Oh, I would like that.
Hey, they've made several versions of Freddy as Batman, so why not make another version of Freddy as Venom? Because especially if they made it like 4,000 pieces, 5,000 pieces, like that would be awesome. Because I know there's a lot of people who wanted the Freddy as Venom pop, including myself, who, going back to like the expensive pops we were just talking about, like I'm not shelling out 30 grand to buy that,
No, and do something. Do the blue one, or do the leaping
blue one, or do the leaping one, or
yeah.
You can reuse an older mold. So
Freddy Funko's Iron Patriot.
Oh,
that would
be
great.
So sick. That'd be so sick. Freddy as Blue Suit Mr. Incredible would be incredible.
Guys, they killed it last year. Like I'm thinking, like I was gonna be like, do Destro as Freddy, and I'm like, oh wait, they did that already.
Yeah.
And like I started thinking of the ones from last year. Man, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Is it going to be better this year?
Last year was really good. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat. I hope they beat it, but I hope the sodas continue to be non-IP. I hope they just do the Freddy's as like not like Freddy as Batman, because I think that actually makes the pops a little bit more unique. If you start doing Freddy as Batman in a soda, Freddy as Spider-Man in a soda, like, yeah, it's cool, but like I kind of like the more unique Freddy's as sodas, where he's not dressed up as characters, where he's like Scuba Freddy and maybe we'll do
surfing
like
Freddy.
Yeah, surfing astronaut Freddy. I don't know. It's just, to me, Freddy is Kraven.
Even some of those characters too, I like the non-IP Freddy's. Yeah. I think they need to bring some more of those back. I know we saw 2 of them, the Nessie.
Yeah. And I'm excited for those. Setting. Like all those I really want to get. So, but we are actually we're coming up rapidly on the 2-hour mark. And we've had a fantastic crowd tonight, guys. So thank you so much for coming out. If you haven't subscribed to either one of our channels, definitely make sure you do so, because I'm sure we'll have more SDCC content on our channels, whether it be Box of Fun openings or just talking about more SDCC stuff. We got Pop Force 1 again next Thursday night. But Vince, why don't you take it away? Let everybody know what you got going on.
Well, we got some amazing stuff this week. Okay, that's all I got, guys.
Cool. Sweet, that covers it.
Yeah,
Awesome. Amazing.
We got some amazing stuff. No, we just got a regular videos. We are actually traveling this week, so we have no extra fun stuff going on, no auctions or anything like that. So enjoy the week, guys.
Nice.
All right.
What you got, Josh?
So I dropped a bonus video today. It was like see if I could come back and do okay with my box of or my cap box. I should have opened that one last week. Now I determined. So if you haven't watched today's video, that was a bonus one from our box battle from last week.
It's better than our last one.
Yeah, and then let's see. This weekend, Soda Saturday, of course. On Saturday, we have some new Funko Shop sodas and some other sodas that came in. So we're going to be opening a bunch of those. And then Sunday, we do have a small auction that we're going to be doing with Pops. So a small, fun kind of mystery box auction and some other stuff Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then we're doing our regular Wednesday one as well, too. So we'll be doing sodas on Wednesday. And then, we got other mystery box videos, a bunch coming up. We got some autograph ones coming up, some mystery boxes. We got a bunch of mystery girl boxes to open, all that good stuff. So next week you'll see several mystery box videos coming up too.
Nice. So Linda, that's a good question. She's asking Vince, where do you see your 6,000 points on Funko's website?
Sure. So when you go to the site, there's a little above your little icon where you log in. There's another icon that says fan with a crown on top of it. Click that. And then I'll take you to the fan rewards, and it'll show you how many points you have.
And if you click rewards, you can see what rewards are. You can earn more points by doing stuff like connecting to their social media and basic things like just reading things and clicking on them. So if you just want to earn points that way, and of course you earn 10 points for every dollar you spend. So SDCC, make sure you spend lots of dollars. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
That works. Guys, for us, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Tomorrow night, we are doing our first ever official. We tried to do it in the past, but now we know how to do it. We've gotten the full crash course at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. We are doing Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're doing our first channel members and Patreon members only live stream for half an hour. So the link will be in the group chats. So please go into the group chats if you want that link. It will be a private live stream. So if you're a channel member or Patreon member only, you're the only people that can access that live stream from 8:30 to 9 p.m. It's a half hour where we're just going to hang out with you guys. Then at 9 p.m. will be our regular live stream. Everybody will be able to see that here on our channel like regular. It'll pop up in your feed, hopefully, if you got the notifications on or whatever, and you're subscribed to us. So regular live will start at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So come hang out with Joanna and myself. We actually have a huge tower of Bitty Pops that Joanna's going to be ripping open. So we're going to have a lot of fun with those, trying to, find all the ones that we need for our collection. And of course, doing some more SDCC ramp up. So also, I'm going to need all of the Patreon members and channel members. Once again, please check the group chats because there is a very important black screenshot full of all the information you guys need to know for our upcoming patron/channel member live stream box battle. So if you want to get in on our next box battle, which will be in a few short weeks, you have to go into the group chats over on Instagram and check the details for how to participate in that mystery box live stream night. So if you don't know about what we're talking about, we try to do it once a month where we have everybody go out and buy boxes from a certain company or a certain mystery box run. And then when everybody gets their boxes a couple of days later, we do a big live stream. We do it with sodas too, and we'll bring on everybody who signs up. You guys can hang out with us right here on screen like you guys are watching a regular live stream, and you can open up your boxes. We'll see what you get, open up your sodas, see if you get any chases, and then we'll bring the next person on, so on and so forth. Everybody has individual time with us. It's not like a big free-for-all. We don't bring on like 30, 40 people. It's just one person at a time, which I think works a lot better. So if you want to participate in that and you're a channel member or a Patreon member, please check the group chats. We'll have our couples duel video dropping on Saturday. I'm going to try to put together an extra video for Sunday. And then we have our SDCC look back part 4 with all of the items that were exclusive to Fun Days only dropping on Monday. So I know there were some people who were questioning what happened to this, Freddy, what happened to that item. All of the the Fun Days event box exclusive stuff will be in that video for our final part for recapping San Diego Comic-Con 2022. And then we'll have our auction on Monday night, and then I'm sure there'll be more craziness later next week. So that's all I got. We had a fantastic crowd here tonight, so thank you guys so much for coming out. Next week we are on, I want to say, Vince's channel?
My channel.
Josh's channel. So we're on Josh's channel next week, and I'm sure that's going to be super crazy because it'll be during San Diego Comic-Con. So to anybody going to the con, have fun. To anybody going to Fun Days, please have a fantastic time. Live it up.
Send us stuff. Tag us.
Send us pictures. Yep. Let us buy some of the stuff you're trying to flip. We are going to live vicariously through you. So once again, after not having Pop Force 1, this was a lot of fun tonight, guys. So thank you so much for all the interaction. If anybody doesn't have anything else, I think we'll call it. And,
that's all for me.
That's all for Vince. That's it for Josh. As always, guys, don't stop shooting until you score. Good luck with San Diego Comic-Con. We'll see you next week.